Hey, what's up guys? This is Coach Taylor Statham, the newest member of I Love Basketball TV. I played 6 years overseas. I played in 12 different countries professionally. So I made a promise to myself once I went to college and went overseas that I would always come back home and help these kids not only gain exposure, but develop into better players than myself and the players that came before us, and just give them more opportunities. Now, years later, I've been blessed not only to take my game around the world, but also to coach thousands of players from beginners all the way to the professional ranks. Hey, what's up? This is Coach Taylor Statham from I Love Basketball TV, and today we are going to talk about point guard skills that every player needs. So let's get straight into it. With me right now, I have two of my best college guards, Chris Drew from College of the Canyons and Eli Cohen from University Antelope Valley. And right now we're going to demonstrate why dribbling is the first aspect of a skill that point guards have that every player needs. Now, as a point guard in today's game, not only do you have to control the tempo of the game, get your team into the offense, but also, if you're being pressured and you can't handle it, you can't play. Now, the three most important aspects to dribbling is protecting the ball, 1, changing speeds, 2, and releasing from pressure, 3. So, if Eli is up on Chris right now, and he is pressuring the basketball as he is dribbling, okay? As you notice here, Chris naturally uses his off arm to protect the ball. He's low in a stance where he's the strongest, or he's the quickest, okay? And also, his body, his shoulder is protecting the ball. That's 1, okay? Okay, so secondly, now, as he's dribbling, if he's going at 1 speed, 1 tempo, it's gonna be really easy to stay with. Okay? So what he wants to do is he wants to change speeds. Okay? So kind of set him up right now. Slow and fast. Good, okay. So let's speed that up a little bit. Okay? I want you right now going from slow, setting him up with a few dribbles, and then exploding off, changing speeds. Okay? Eli play real defense. Boom. Good. Okay, turning that corner, getting right by him. Now, the last aspect is, if you're in the open court, you get trapped in the corners, or a double team comes, whether it's a pick and roll, whatever situation it might be, okay? If Chris approaches both of us, we're double teaming him, or Eli's pressuring him, he not only needs to protect the ball, but he can't continue forward, okay? So if you notice right now, as we trap him, and he's dribbling, he can dribble alive right now, notice how he naturally backs up, okay? So I want you to start at half court, attack Eli. Now a double team comes and I want you to retreat and get away, okay? And then pick a side and explode out of it. Ready? Go. Good, double team comes, back up. And now, as you notice, not only does he back up and protect the ball, but he's fast with it, drawing us, and then he explodes out of his move. Now the second aspect that every player needs that point guards have to be great at is passing and setting your teammates up. The best scorers in the world, LeBron James, James Harden, Jokic, it doesn't matter who it is, what position they play. They're gonna be able to control the defense and get much better options if they are great passers, okay? So right now what I'm gonna have is Eli, you go to the wing. I'm gonna have Chris up top. Now we're gonna demonstrate just a few passes that you guys need to be able to make. Also, I wanna mention, if you guys are passing the ball, it's so much harder to catch outside your frame and get into a shot and be accurate. It's so much easier. You want to make it as easy as possible for your offensive player to catch the ball, step into a shot, catch the ball in a good position, right here where their hands are in front of them, so they can get to a shot, they can get to a jab, they can get to a rip and attack, okay? Secondly, another way we can set up our teammate is dribble handoffs. As Chris comes downhill, he's gonna be attacking the rim. If he notices he doesn't have any gaps to get through, he might go to the wing, hand off to Eli, while also sealing his man, taking his man out of the play, and now Eli can come off for a jump shot. He can turn this corner for a 2-on-1 situation. Okay, another pass is in the pick and roll situation. as you're coming off and you're drawing the big man's defender. As the big man rolls, we gotta be able to not only drop it off to him, hit this pop, but also hit the corner lift guy. So right now, we're gonna take it to the wing. I'm gonna set the screen for Chris. Chris is gonna hit me on a roll for a layup the first time. The second time, now imagine as Chris comes off, my guy helping, help the helper, dropping to me, and now Eli is wide open on the lift. Let's get it. Roll. Here we go.
Corner, chase it.
Now, lastly, as a guard or any player, you want to be able to put the ball in positions that the defenders can't get to. So a lot of the times, we want to throw it not only on post-ups to their hand, to the offensive player's hand, but also a lot of the times you'll see guys backdooring, be able to throw it to lobs, and be able to really utilize your big man so guys can't help as much. So what's gonna happen right now is Chris is gonna go up top, Eli is gonna fake the handoff and he's gonna backdoor. As Eli backdoors, imagine I'm gonna be on defense right now. The only pass is gonna be over the top. So Chris has to throw it over the top to Eli for an alley-oop. Okay, let's get to it. Good, one more time. Throw it a little higher so you alley-oop.
Oh, you want like, ooh.
Yes. Good. Okay, obviously if that's a more athletic player, it's gonna be a dunk, okay? Eli's smart. He knows he can't dunk it. He knows he can't jump up and finish it. So he makes sure he catches it and finishes on the other side. The next skill, and maybe the most important skill of all, is shooting the basketball. If you can shoot the basketball, you can play and translate to any level. The best players in the world, LeBron James, Jokic, Steph Curry, they constantly have shooters spacing and moving on the floor. So as they drive and draw these double teams and help, they have guys to kick to who are gonna knock down wide open shots. Right now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have Eli go through a couple catch and shoots, then he's gonna go through a couple rip throughs off the dribble, and then he's gonna go through a couple relocating. Now, all of these are so important, okay? If you can catch and shoot, your guy can't help as much, and now it's a one-on-one situation for your guard, okay? If you can attack off the dribble and get to a pull-up, now guys can't press up on you or pressure you as much. Also, if you can relocate and knock down shots while your feet are moving and they're disorganized, you can go from disorganized footwork to organized. It's gonna make you so much better because now you can run off screens. Now as the ball is attacking, you can space out, and as your guy helps and he kind of loses sight of you, boom, now the ball is being kicked, and before he can recover, you're letting it fly, knocking it down, okay? So right now, I'm gonna go 2 mid-range shots with Eli, then he's gonna get to 2 pull-ups, and then he's gonna get to 2 relocating shots, okay? Here we go. Let's go, Eli. Good, 1. 2, very good. Good, Eli. 1. 2. Let's go. Lift. Good. Yes, sir. Let's go. 1 more. Same thing.
Yo, Mustang.
Nice. Okay, and as you notice, Eli's shooting the same exact way every single time. He's doing all of his work early. He's low. He's got a wide base on the catch. He's getting right into his footwork. He's following through, and he's knocking it down, okay? Now the next skill offensively that every player needs, and I can't stress this enough, is floaters. And for me personally, I wouldn't have the career I had if I didn't have a floater, okay? Because when all else went wrong, I knew I could always get in the key, get some great touch, get a high arcing shot up and over the defense, and it would drop in, okay? So right now what I'm gonna have Eli do is Eli's gonna go on offense, and we're gonna imagine he's breaking by his defender, and now he's approaching this big man. At higher levels, obviously, there's great shot blockers, okay, and we wanna avoid them, okay? If you have somebody on your hip, instead of pulling up with them right here all over you, okay, we're gonna get to our footwork. You guys can go off 1 foot, or you can go off 2 feet into a floater, Keep it protected on your right side away from the defense and get that high arcing shot up and over this big shot blocker coming, okay? So Eli, get up there real quick. Chris, get on his left side. Good, good. Go one more. Hey, get deeper, like you're trying to get to a layup, and you see me step up from outside. Good, perfect. And that's why floaters are so important. The best players in the world, Kevin Durant is 7 foot and he's getting into the lane shooting floaters. So imagine how unguardable that is. Now in the game of basketball, your position is dictated by the position that you can guard. If you are big and you can't guard a big man, it's gonna be hard to put you there, okay? If you're a mismatch on the perimeter, it's gonna be hard to put you at a guard or wing position, okay? That's why it's so important, even at a young age, to get these great habits of playing hard, tough-nosed defense and gaining these instincts that you're gonna need playing great players. So right now what we're gonna demonstrate is Chris is gonna be pressuring 94 feet, and he is great at this. As a player who is 5'7", 5'8", this is where he gets a bulk of his minutes because he can be in the back court, he can get easy steals, which lead to easy layups, which is huge momentum for his team, okay? So right now, the first part is knowing your offensive player, okay? You gotta know who you're playing. Obviously, Eli is a right-handed player, so 9 times out of 10, he's gonna be very right-hand dominant. So Chris wants to position himself with his chest right in front of the basketball. He wants to shadow it and force him to his left, especially at younger ages. For you guys at home, kids at a young age, they don't like playing with their offhand as much, so we have to exploit that as much as possible. Secondly, as he is dribbling, get into your dribble, okay? As he is dribbling, okay? If he is going left, you see Chris's right hand in the passing lane, because right now Eli is facing the left side, so his only outlet pass would be to the left, okay? Also, this low hand, we are digging, okay? In case Eli just be dribbling in place, go to crossover. If Eli crosses over, boom, we can swipe, we can mess up his rhythm, also messing up his explosion, which is gonna keep him in front of us. Now, if Chris gets up too close to him, Eli, blow right by him. Boom, he's gonna blow right by him, okay? If Chris is scared, which I guarantee he's not, okay? If Chris is scared and he backs up, this is gonna be way too much room for Eli to work with, okay? It's gonna be really easy for Eli to feel comfortable, get into his rhythm, and be able to get the ball up court. So, we want Chris an arm length away. We want him poking at the ball, jabbing at him, making him uncomfortable. Now, as Eli takes off, okay, Chris cannot just stay with him. You can't just slide, okay? Chris needs to pick a spot and he needs to beat him there, okay? Boom. So let's start back here, guys. Okay, let's just go right now, scoot back a little bit. We'll go zigzag dribbling real quick. Just take a few dribbles. Chris, you beat him to the spot. Boom. Boom, good. Bring it back. And notice Chris is cutting him off with his chest. He's getting right in front of him, cutting him off with his chest, okay? The last part of being a great defender, everybody gets beat. Everybody. If you're playing really good players, it's inevitable that you're gonna get beat. Now, how you recover is gonna dictate how good of a defender you are. So, a lot of the times, kids make mistakes. Get one step by him, boom, freeze. Okay, kids make mistakes of trying to slide, all right? If you're running from a cheetah or a lion, are you guys gonna try to slide away? No, okay? You guys are gonna take off in a sprint because that's where you're fastest, okay? So Chris, if he gets beat, right, instead of trying to slide back or just allowing him to have free reign to get to the spots that he wants, he's gonna turn his body, boom, he's gonna run, okay, he's gonna be sprinting at the same time, freeze, okay, at the same time, he's gonna have his upper body facing Eli, okay, and have his hands up, okay, so let's go back real quick. Eli, I want you to get by him, and Chris, I want you to pick a spot on the floor, and I want you to sprint, and I want you to cut him off completely, okay? Now, a huge skill that's gonna really dictate what kind of player you become And it's a skill that point guards absolutely need, because point guards need to be an extension of the coach on the floor. Because if you're playing in an atmosphere where it's sold out, there's fans screaming your name, you're not always gonna hear your coach, so you need that point guard to keep you in line. Now, the best players in the world are all leaders, okay? Leadership is a huge skill, and it's not talked about enough in basketball, okay? And being a leader is as simple as just talking to your teammates. You wanna fix problems before they occur, okay? If you're in help side, you need to be telling that defender where to force his guy, right? If you see something, you need to always be able to not only execute it, but be able to talk your teammates through it. That's what great players do. That's why players like LeBron James, who's in his 18th year of basketball, is only getting better and better and better because he's a leader. He sets the example vocally, he sets the example on the court. He works on his game. Offensively, when you guys are running through plays and you're in the middle of a game and you guys are tired, and let's say you guys just went back and forth for the last 2 minutes without a timeout, without a break, you know, players tend to get lost in the game, or, you know, they kind of do what's comfortable. It's your job to tell people, hey, sprint the lane. Hey, we're running wheel. Let's get to the wing, boom, go set that screen, and make sure the guys are right on time, because timing and spacing offensively is so important. So guys constantly need to be reminded. If you're driving the ball, you know, and the guy forgets to space, boom, this trap might come, you might lose a ball, and that might be, you know, late in the game, that might be a huge possession you guys lose, they score on, and that's a 4-point swing, okay? So I think leadership is just so important, not only on the court, talking guys through offense, defense, but also motivating guys. I think we get so caught up in being competitive where, you know, when things go wrong, like, who are you as a player? That's what dictates how well your team does. A lot of guys, you know, they put their head down, they sulk. A lot of guys get angry and then they commit bad fouls, or they're throwing their hands up instead of getting back. But ultimately, what's gonna tell people what kind of player you are, whether you wanna be recruited by schools or at the professional ranks, is the kind of player you are when things are bad. When things are bad, are you lifting up your team? Are you making them better? Or are you hurting the team? Because if you're a coach, you're gonna want a guy who's picking his teammates up, who's trying to fix all these little problems, okay? No matter if you guys are up or down. And those are the point guard skills that every player needs. Now that wraps it up for today's video. If you guys like this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe to our channel. If you guys wanna reach out to me, you guys can find me on Instagram at Statham Academy, or you can find my personal page on Instagram, The Real T-Stat. Let me know what you guys want to see. I am only here to help you guys, and I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you. Looking forward to the next video.
Yeah, I'm shining bright, got me feeling like I'm next up. Feeling like I'm Curry, how I'm ballin' on the West Wall. If you told me back then, I never would've guessed so. Now the way